Welcome everybody, my name is Misty/Kanesia and this is the top 5 of the day. I was so overwhelmed by how much you guys enjoyed this new schedule thing, so how about we keep it going? This time I would like to spice things up a bit, and you guys suggested we took genre instead of just going with the randomness. Sometimes I'm gonna just take all of them, sometimes I'll put specific genre. Horror was one that was highly requested. If you're brand new to the top 5 of the day, I go on the website that is randomanime.org. It is a randomizer database where I pick 5 anime. Well, they pick it for me, and I just go and talk about those shows more in depth, and eventually we get to cover stuff that I never really got around to because by taking the top 10s that I was doing, I only skimmed the surface, only the best. Now I get also the worst, which is, in my opinion, more entertaining. Most of the time enough. So, how about we give it a spin and see where we go today? First one on the list, High School of the Dead. Oh, ain't that a classic? Oh, that's gonna be fancy. I guess it fits horror. I mean, it's not the spookiness you would get first, but you know what? Let's check it out. Entry number 1, High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead is your Hollywood type of anime. Blood, sex, and rock and roll. The show's pretty notorious for that one episode with the boob physics, where one guy ruffle shot in between 2 tatas that ripple more than skipping rocks. Maybe you've seen it. Essentially, it's a zombie apocalypse type of anime. Well, it tries to be one. The fanservice kind of took over midway, and it went on its own track. I mean, when the zombies try to molest you before they eat your brain, it's a bit hard to take seriously. If you're looking for spooks, don't really bother. If you want a zombie survival, it's one of the finest out there. Overall, my anime list gives it a 7.5 out of 10. I give it an 8 boob ripples out of 10. Keep the wheel spinning, Misty-san! What do we get next? Next. Wow, it's Monday, just give me time to get into it, it's gonna go better. Parasite, oh, classic. One of my favorite. Also kind of fitting horror mood. So, yeah, we're gonna get some pretty good ones this week, I think.
ゆうべは本当びっくりした。
それはこっちのセリフだ。
Entry number 2, Parasite the Maxim. Parasite was without a doubt one of my highlights of 2014. A show I started with absolutely no expectations and it just took me away. The story is about Shinichi, an average student who gets infected by a parasite. The parasite usually takes control of the host's brain, but this one got stuck in his arm. That's the real tragedy, being a teenager and be forced to take the NoFap challenge. Anyway, now the other parasites seek him out and they try to exterminate him. I know the premise sounds rather simple, but toss in several gallons of bloods, heads being chomped off, and a killer soundtrack, and this show is worth way more than the 8.6 my anime list gives it. This anime deserves a perfect score. Doctor hates it, see how he does it in 3 easy steps, 10 out of 10. Also, if you want a nice place to watch Parasite legally, why not swing on crunchyroll.com/misty? They got it for you. There you go. The plug is done for today, and now we move on to the next one.
それは困るな。私は新一の血液から養分をもらって生きている。したがって切断されると枯れて死んでしまうのだ。
Yeah, we're gonna get some pretty good ones this week, I think. He says, as he click for the next one and get the worst horror anime you could think of. No, Monster's still up there.
笑い事じゃないんです。信じてください。バカバカしい。そんなもん三流タブロイド紙だって記事にしねえよ。
Number 3, Monster. Damn, let's keep the ball rolling. Another masterpiece. If you have a bit more time to spend watching an anime you might have missed, this is one you should consider putting on your list. Your anime list. Oh, this is so bad. Monster the Anime is a story about a surgeon who one day has to make a tough call between saving the life of a kid or the life of the mayor. He has to live with the consequence which comes back to haunt him in a way that I'm not gonna spoil. because fuck you, just watch the anime, you'll see. It's not your typical horror show, once again, it's a psychological mindfuck. My Nameless gives it 8.7 out of 10. That's 1 point above Parasite, if you want some kind of scaling factor. But I just gotta give it a perfect score once again. This one is worth 10 out of 10 too. Yo, I'm not lazy. If you give me a flawless show, I ain't gonna take away points to be edgy. That's how it is. I'm sorry. No, I'm not really sorry.
待て、警察に連絡してからだ。
警察に長々と説明している時間なんかありません。
And now the 4 o'clock it goes. And we get the Terraformars. Yeah, we got some mixed feelings about this one. A lot of people like it. Some really didn't enjoy it. As far as anime goes, I mean, if you take it as a standalone, it's alright. It's alright. But as an adaptation, it could be a little iffy. I'll tell you more about it.
ブライアン・チョウミュ君14歳身長251センチ体重342キロ国籍アメリカ使用武術
Number 4, Terraformars. Do you remember the movie Starship Trooper? Have you ever wondered what it'd be like if it was an anime? Well, Terraformars is probably the answer you've been looking for. The story is about Akari, a man who had a strange ability. He ends up being recruited by a manned mission on Mars, but turns out Mars is swarmed with cockroaches. Mutant cockroaches. As if these fuckers aren't hard enough to kill already. So Akari and his mission partner takes on this colony and they do their best to try and survive, which, well, for the most part, they don't do that good of a job at it. My Nameless gives it a 7 out of 10. I'll go with 6.5 cockroaches out of 10. That's what's left at the end. It's the worst entry on this list today, but that doesn't make it unworthy to watch. If you like Bloodbath, it might be what you needed.
こっち来てたのか。その子は。
これは今度手術を受けさせる補充兵です。
And now, the final one for today. We got a good day today, yeah. Ghost Story. Oh, don't. You know what? It's best if I talk to you with the clip playing. You guys are gonna understand better.
Principals always look like lesbians. Mom?
And the final entry for today, Ghost Stories. No, that's not an abridged version, it's the original dub. Yep. Ghost Stories doesn't deserve to be an horror anime. That's what the creator wanted the show to be, in Japanese, but it was so bad. So when the time came to dub it, they said, fuck it, let's improvise. So that's what the voice actor ended up doing. They kept the main line of direction, but they were free to say whatever they wanted, provided it followed the lip flap. And my god, it turned the show into one of the finest comedy out there. Normally, people recommend subbed over dub, but not this one. I know it's a horror list, but take my word for it and take the approach of a comedy show, and if the first episode doesn't make you laugh, well, you're a cold, cynical person, and I can't do anything for you, sadly. Oh yeah, scores. 7.7 on My Nameless. Myself, I gotta give it a strong 8.5, because it is so darn funny.
When I enclosed a flame inside a magic circle and began chanting Jaku Jaku, go to sleep, it went into the big camper tree on the mountain.
So there you have it. The top 5 of the day today was horror themed, because you guys requested that. We're gonna do the whole week like this. We're gonna have a theme. I'm gonna pick another one from the list. They have a bunch. They have action, adventure, comedy, drama, ecchi, fantasy, friendship, or we already did that one. Mystery, parody, psychological romance, slice of life, sports, supernatural, and suspense. So we really have a lot to pick from. But that being said, that's all for me for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we will see you again tomorrow. You better be there.